Previously on Ben Rants. And now, the conclusion. Welcome back to Ben Rants. And when I was a kid, nobody complained about women being in action movies. What do you get when you take Mega Man, Street Fighter, Hanna-Barbera, anime, comic books, and put them all together in a blender? You get something that you shouldn't be drinking. But when you do it metaphorically, you get a cartoon. Not just any cartoon, you get Cartoon Network's OKKO Let's Be Heroes. A cartoon about a little 6 through 11-year-old named KO who constantly fights evil with his best friends, Rad and Enid. Enid? Is that even a real name? I'm gonna look it up. Huh. Welsh. Alright. You may remember when my alter ego gave a less than enthusiastic review of this cartoon a year or so ago. Well, heck with him. What does he know? Now I'm back to give this show the proper praise it deserves. Created by Ian Jones Cordy, or if you want to be cool, Ian JQ, this show takes inspiration from all kinds of weird things that he grew up with. The show's visual style is based on the aesthetic of Yoshi's Island, and has a childlike crayon look to it, which contrasts well with its wacky characters and fast-paced action scenes. It feels like the show's being made by a kid playing with toys in his room. This is a weird world with all kinds of different species coexisting together. Humans, animals, broccoli, sexy strawberries, aliens, sexy girls from the future, sexy ninja who's a half-witch who's a half-werewolf, robots, kangaroos, and did I mention they made a strawberry sexy? And not since Jenny Wakeman have I wanted to bone a robot so badly. Did DeviantArt make this show? Also, is this show made by Canadians? All the characters say sorry instead of sorry. Not even cartoons like Ed, Edd n Eddy or MLP do that. What heck? Learn to pronunciate. The style of the show varies from wacky sitcom-like plots to more action-packed story arcs. But because the show is so wacky and feels like it's being made up on the spot, it works, and it doesn't feel too jarring. Because Ian JQ wanted the show to have a loose feeling, none of his characters had model sheets, and he gave the storyboard artists freedom to draw the characters however they wanted. This has caused the show to get castrated by hardcore cartoon fans, calling it lazy, and going out of their way to take screencasts of the show and do those crappy side-by-side comparisons of the characters changing sizes, being inconsistent, and blah 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 man-children whining. Ian JQ was even crapped on for using Kent Butterworth's quote, "If the character is recognizable, it is on model." These crybabies forget that John K. used the exact same method in Ren and Stimpy. But hey, guess it's okay when a child molester does it. That being said, all the people that complain about the style of this show sound like the people who take in-betweens from anime action scenes and call it bad animation. The show is so fast-paced that I don't even notice anything inconsistent. Never do I say, oh wow, that minor thing you had to be looking for to be bothered by ruins the whole show for me. Nope, I ain't like that. What about for JoJo, you hippopotamus? That was different! The show entertains me and keeps me distracted from whatever little hiccups there might be in the art style. Another common complaint I hear is that people say the show relies too much on references and only got popular based on catering to geeks. These are usually based on the few times the show crossed over with shows like Captain Planet, Ghoul School, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Remember when crossovers were loved? It was so cool to see your favorite cartoon characters interacting with each other. Now all of a sudden they're a problem? How long have I been dead? Well anyway, the references are few and far in between, and rarely pop up in non-crossover episodes. But when they do, they're so subtle that you have to be a real weeb to notice.
These conflicting accounts of events are giving me a rash! Oh, man! Huh? Rash? Oh, man? Rash, oh, man? Nobody?
I get it! So no, the show did not rely on other media to get popular. It did that on its own. That's just like saying Billy and Mandy got popular because they constantly had cameos from Hanna-Barbera characters in it. Or Family Guy only got popular because it's a ripoff of The Simpsons. Wait a minute. So yeah, while KO doesn't do anything significant or groundbreaking, what it does well. Takes all these inspirations from other media and puts it in a nice little cute package. I can't think of many shows where a werewolf and a witch have a ninja daughter who works at a convenience store with an alien and a little kid with superpowers. It has that classical cartoon feel where a lot of its humor comes from the characters interacting off each other. And wacky faces, of course. Seriously, look at these faces. I want them on my wall. I miss these kinds of wild takes in animation. And hey, you can't have a good cartoon without a beach episode, and OKKO has one. And so, let's see Enid in a sexy bikini. Dagnabbit! How come her casual clothes are more revealing than her swimsuits? Mother Hubbard, son of a... That's okay. At least her mime outfit was hot. Oh, yes, please. Another thing worth mentioning is there's an episode that involves the main characters watching the pilot of the show and commentating on it. That's pretty unique. I can't think of any other cartoon that did that. This show just feels like a sandbox that somewhat exists in its own world, but uses that excuse to do whatever the heck it wants. Just like a cartoon! And it's worth noting, because gay characters are popping up more in cartoons, and I love it. OKKO threw its hat in the ring with making one of the main characters, Enid, as revealed to be either lesbian or bisexual, when she kissed supporting character Red Action. Aww, how sweet. I'm glad to see kids' cartoons taking steps to give more positive representation. I would love to see them build off this reveal and explore their relationship even more. Excuse me, I need to talk to my therapist. Thank you for seeing me on such short notice.
I am Jethro.
Yeah, I know, but this is an emergency. OKKO got canceled just when I was really getting into it.
I am Jethro.
Makes me feel sad, you know.
I am Jethro.
Well, that's not very nice.
I am Jethro.
That's my therapist. Are you supposed to talk to me this way? If I wanted to get yelled at like this, I moved back in with my mommy.
I am Jethro.
How'd you know I still live with my mommy?
I am Jethro.
Oh, right.
I am Jethro.
My God. Where did you come up with that? That's brilliant! I know what I love about this show! I no longer feel bad for it being canceled! Thank you so much!
I am Jethro.
Ian JQ has described OKKO as an acquired taste. And I get what he's talking about. It's not a show that's going to appeal to everybody. It feels like an internet flash cartoon that happens to air on TV. Well, happened to air on TV. It didn't follow the conventions of any cartoon before it. It wrote its own rules and played by them. Could have been Cartoon Network's new #1 show, if they gave it more of a chance. But for what it is, it's a fun cartoon that I've grown to love, and look forward to rewatching it in the future. And hey, maybe they can continue the story in comic form. Maybe even get a little more juicy with that Enid and Red Action relationship, if you know what I mean. You know Enid is a teenager, right? Shut up! I yell too much. I'm Ben T. Looney. I'm gonna go see my psychologist. I really need to hire better doctors.
It's only magic. Isn't it amazing when you know? Every second that you see is 24 connected pieces. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying. Thank you for watching the show.
Dagnabbit.